Hello FlowStube, my name is Tamara, and in today's video I wanted to show you the wrap up of March of this month, which I had the idea of having pink new projects. So what I have finished, completed, and what is not completed yet. I will show you what I have finished from the previously stitched works. I mean, like my project, which I intend at least to do it throughout the year. And yes, I have new projects because I thought about having a new topic for the new projects of April. And okay, let's start. Let's take everything from the beginning. So in the beginning of March, I had the idea, I wanted to start some new projects, and kind of 3 of them, I think, they already had quite a lot of pink. And I thought, why not giving this month like a title, like March Pink Projects, something like this. And I started 5 projects, out of which I finished 4. And one of them it's just started, and out of this 5 you haven't seen everything. So you have seen some things, but you haven't seen everything. So I have started and I have finished. I started and I finished this needle roll by Shepherd's Bush. I even tried to show in a separate video how I put this one together, in case if for somebody this information is going to be interesting. So I'll leave the link in the info box. I won't talk a lot about this one because I showed it pretty much, I would say. Then I started and I finished Perpetual Pentagon by Jas Nam. Yes, this one is a great project to work on. And again, I spoke pretty, how do I say, in detail in one of the videos about like stitching all the parts, how I kind of put them together. It's not a master class, I would say. It's not a tutorial, but anyway, I try to explain quite in detail how I did this one. That's why I'm not going to stop again here. I will just tell you that I stitched it and I finished it, and this is a ready project. Okay, then I stitched a banner by Mill Hill. Again, this pink one. It's this one with the swan. This one. And last time when I showed you that this one was ready, I showed that I bought such a foam sheet, this color. I call the color Tiffany. And I said that it would be probably a nice idea, a nice thing, that I would like pin all the 3 of them on this one. Somehow I would pin them so that when time will come, I will buy a new like A4. It can be not necessarily foam, it can be also felt, an A4 felt sheet, you know. And I just didn't buy felt because I didn't find in the shop the color I wanted. I wanted a color which would be in contrast with this one, but nevertheless would, how they say, would complete them in the springy freshness. And I didn't think about this issue again, but when I was shopping, just out of the blue, an idea came to my mind. I said, why not getting into a shop and see a frame, unusual, cheap frame, like, and insert this A4 sheet, foam sheet in this frame, and I can pin the things, you know, like the banners. Straight away I went to, I will tell you, The Range, it's called the shop. They used to have quite a large variety of cheap, I would say good, pretty good frames, and I chose this one. This one is grayish because I thought that this one is going to be okay for winter designs, for autumn designs, if I want to do things like this. So I will keep this one just for pin the I would say for pin the finished designs. And they had a large variety of A4 frames, but thanks God that I thought that I need a frame where the insert, you see, without mount, the insert is A4, and I bought one with mount because here the paper is A4, but still I have space because I needed more space for this one, for the bows, you know, and yes. And by the way, for this teacher who asked in the comments, how do I do these bows? I'm not tying them, people. I am very bad at this. I am sewing them. So I am arranging them, sewing them, then taking a little piece of this one and putting it on top. So I'm not tying them with my hands. I'm not good at this, you see. Yes, and I think it turned out beautifully. At least I am very proud of what I have got. I think that these designs, they already look nice, look okay, and it's not like when you have just one of them, they are pretty small, you know, but when you have like more, at least 3, they already look nice and you have something to look at. And I have at least 2 designs, winter designs, and I have to think about the fabric for the 3rd one, and I'll have for sure winter designs from this collection, I would say, Little Banners by Mill Hill. And one more design which I showed you just as a project, as a start. This is Wildflower Wishes by Just Nan, and now I'm showing you the finished design. Yes, I stitched it, I finished it, because this one was easy work to do. I just here there are no beads. The only embellishment pack is this angel, and despite the fact that the work maybe looks difficult, the thing is that the cross stitches, they are, how they say, the color of the threads, they are more or less connected. For example, if you took the green thread, so you can go here, 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 you can go like everywhere, and you can make the frame. Here it's a lot of stitches, but they are the same color. I mean, it's one pattern. You take the brown, for example, you go with the brown everywhere. So it was a little bit, how would I say, there is stitching, but it's not complicated. There are even some specialty stitches, like you see here there are, and where here are some leviathans, and some Smyrna, the yellow middle of the flowers. I know for sure that they come in Smyrna. And backstitch, the little tiny backstitch which Nan loves. May all my seeds be wildflowers. The design is not finished yet because I said that I have several square designs like this. I intend to stitch at least some of them and see how I want to finish them. If I want to finish them in a frame, or maybe they are going to be pin cushions, giant pin cushions, or pin keeps. I don't know. I'll think about it. That's why when I'm not sure about the finishing, I prefer to let the designs wait, because in time I can see some finishes on Instagram, on internet, or by myself, inspiring from other finishes can come an idea, you know. It's like so time gives the answer many times. That's why when I'm not sure about finishing, I prefer to let the design, stitched design, to lie like this, and I will come to a finishing sometime. I hope I will come. Okay, and I have one more design which I want to show you from March Pink project. One more design which I started in March. One more project which I started in March, and I haven't shown you like anything from this one because I haven't had stitched anything until a week and a half ago, I think. So the sunset needlepoint design, textured Victorian house. Yes, I'm trying myself in needlepoint. This is insanely interesting, but not so easy. At least maybe because I'm not used to stitch needlepoint, but it's very nice. It's very nice. The So stitching is easy. You don't spend a lot of time doing this, but for me, time goes a lot studying the design, because still I have to understand the basics of it. I hope a lot that like when I will get used to the chart, I will stitch faster and I won't look so much in the papers because it drives me crazy. Okay, so I started from the center of the design, because I said that when I like started, I calculated where is the center and where would be the middle of the frame, like come kind of here, you know. But I was not sure where I want to start from. I decided to start from the center because this is the safest way to do it. Because I haven't had such projects on this kind of fabric, and I'm still afraid to get lost. Because yes, for me it's not easy to calculate this, because this is not like cross stitches, you know, and they are huge, these holes. Okay, so I started from the center. The center is somewhere here, and I realized that I can start, so starting from here, I can go either doing this one or this one, because on the chart they divide the house in 4 parts, you see. So I could stitch part 1 or I could stitch part 3. I don't know why I chose part 3. And I went with this one. I didn't finish it, by the way. Just stitched a part of it. I wanted to finish it until I would film and show it to you, but I wasn't able because it was too much for me. So, for example, I chose part 3, yes? You have, while stitching, you have to look here. All the signs, not all of them, some of the signs, how do you stitch? I mean, like which specialty stitch you use for it, and how many threads, for example, and what color you use for it. So you have to deal with this one and understand very well what you're doing here. And then if you look on the chart, for example, yes, everything where you see these things, it's what is described there. But when you have, for example, this sign or this one, black one, you don't look there. You have to look here in the back, on the basis of the chart, and you have to realize what is it. And also when you need the back stitch, for back stitch you go to another part, you look here and you realize what you need. So it's confusing and it takes time to do it. And I'm trying not to hurry up, because it's better to stitch slower but correctly than to stitch quickly and make mistakes, you know. Because I already made a mistake. Probably when you look at it, if you don't know the design, you won't say that I have a mistake, but nevertheless I'll tell you my secret. The mistake I made is on this window. So actually the frame, just a sec, let me try showing you closer. So the frame of this window has to be done in pink. The inside, like the background, has to be a cream, like here, and this one, they have to be made in pink. I made the mistake of making the background in pink, and when I was looking for the color of these ones, I saw that it's pink, and I thought, why it's pink? It's a lot of pink. And then I realized that I had a mistake. I didn't frog, I just took the contrasting color. I took the other one, I mean like cream, and I did it with cream. Because I thought that in all this pink cream combination, it won't be so evident. So this is going to be my little secret, which I shared with you. And yes, I am going to try to give myself time to do this one and finish one. I said to myself again that it would be ideal if I would finish this one until the end of the summer, but I will see. And of course you'll see the progress on this design as well. And these were the pink starts, the pink new projects of March. And I already finished 3 designs which have been stitched previously. And previously I mean like 3 and even 4 years ago. Designs which I want to finish in the like every year in spring before Easter, because I don't know why I think that these ones are Easter designs and I want to finish them. So this year I said I will do it. Yes, this I consider these ones to be the April finishings, but nevertheless I made them in the last days of March, so that I would have them ready and they would be displayed already. So what do I have? I have such a banner with Peter Rabbit, such a nice Peter Rabbit. This design was stitched I think 4 years ago, and the kit was actually purchased from the local Aldi store. For those who live in UK, you know that Aldi store, it's a store which sells food usually, and not needlecraft, but they used to have I don't know if it's every week, but I know that pretty often they have a week, like the week is dedicated, for example, for children's, for babies, I mean products. Another weekend can be when it's Mother Day, it's for Mother Day. When it's Father Day, it's for Father Day. For gardening, so these things. And sometimes they have the week which is dedicated to needlecraft. There isn't a lot of things for, I mean, quality things for needlecraft, because usually it's cheap things. But sometimes you can find some things there, and I have some things bought in such weeks. And this design is one of them. So it's Peter Rabbit. It was a design where it was written that it was especially created for Aldi, but I don't know why I think it's made from it's made by Hobbycraft, because kind of looks like their signature. And the kit contained white 14 count Aida. It contained the threads which were not cotton threads, they were synthetic, so they were very bad quality, and a hoop, a plastic hoop for finishing it. And I liked the design so much because I purchased it for the design. I liked the design so much that I purchased this kit. I stitched this one on raw linen, you see. It's 32nd count, so I made the count smaller. And I loved this design greatly, but I haven't finished it. So it was lying like this in my stash. And this year, when I was in the Hobbycraft shop last time, I saw such a banner, you see, such a simple banner. And the idea of finishing this Peter Rabbit in this banner came to me instantly. The banner is just for £4. I purchased it. And this is the second banner I purchased, because coming home and wanting to finish this one, I just realized that the center here is not made like exactly. This one also is not made exactly. I mean, like the center doesn't come in the center, but that one was even like big. Okay, it was even more evident. And I went to the shop. I thought that I was not careful and I didn't buy carefully. So I went to the shop. When next time I had to do something, I went to that shop again to look for another one. And when I looked in the pile at the shop, I just saw that all of them are not even. Like the center doesn't come in the center. And I looked the one who looked more or less like this. Because the idea of finishing this Peter Rabbit in this banner didn't want to let me live peacefully. And I purchased another one. So what I actually did, I stitched here the blanket stitch, you know, the Hardanger blanket stitch. I just measured I measured how much I would need for this one so that it would fit as much as possible. I mean, like not to make it small and leave space. And I just made the blanket stitch. I cut it and I attached this one with YLI thread here. This is how it looks on that. So in case I will decide that I want to finish this one otherwise, I just take this one from here because it's not sticked, it doesn't have any glue. I just take this one from here and I can make another finishing. Anytime I will just I will think that this one doesn't look okay. And I also attached tassel, a very beautiful blue tassel, which I think goes very well with like color in his jacket. But the thing is that this tassel accentuates that the center here is not in the center. Not a lot, but for the people who have the eye for this, I mean, you can see this. So I'm still thinking if leaving this one here or taking it away. But I am super, super happy about the finishing I have. Even if it's not perfect, it's very bright. My child is very happy with this finishing. It's his favorite so far. So yeah, this would be one of the finishings I already made. And the next what I finished is this lovely pair, Henry and Clara O'Hare by Lizzie Kate. This couple was purchased in 2020, yes, and it was stitched in the spring of 2020. It seems that I even have a video on my channel about their stitching, and they were not finished. I don't know why. I haven't finished them then because it was intended to stitch them and finish them for Easter. And each year before Easter in spring, I'm thinking about them. So it's time to finish them. It's time to finish them. And I'm not doing it. And this year, of course, I was remembering about them. I said that this is the year when I'm going to do them. So I took out all the things, the stitched Clara and Henry, and I finished them. And it was quite fast to do them, honestly, because I spent quite a lot of time. Maybe because I'm not a sewer. I don't sew nicely, but I spent quite a lot of time, and I'm still not happy about how this part turned on. But nevertheless, they are finished. So here I chose a fabric which I already had at home. And I like it. I made because Clara's carrots are falling out. I haven't glued them there. So this is cardboard. And why do I say that it took, how do I say, a lot of time? Because first I attached the buttons. The buttons were not attached. Then I attached their whiskers because they also were not done. So I made their whiskers. Then I ironed the interface, fusible interface is called, how it's called, and I put it on this side and on this side as well. I mean on this fabric as well. Then I made from the cardboard, I cut the round part. And yes, I was working like 2 by 2. So I was doing for both of them in the same time. I mean, like, no, I was not doing these things for Clara and these things for Henry. And I put this 2 together. And then I attached all these things because I realized that it will be difficult for me to do when they are going to be filled in and finished. So I attached these things for both of them. And then I filled in and by the way, it goes a lot of filling in this too. So if you want, and still I'm not I would say that I'm super happy with how I made them, but I did my best. And when I filled them in, I just realized that this one doesn't come okay. This one doesn't come okay, and I didn't know how to make it okay. And by the way, if you would look very carefully on on her finishing, I mean Lizzie Kate's, she also has this thing, you see? Here, also, these things can be seen that they are not perfect. Okay, so I did this thing, and then I just attached here the cardboard. And these things took a lot of time, I would tell you. But when they were ready, I was super happy that they are finished and how they look like. The only thing I didn't do, if you can see here, there is a cording which is attached like here and here. I didn't attach anything because I have cording. I have pink for her and I have baby blue for him. I have, plaid cording, a different kind of cording which is smaller. And I have, what else? So I have three kind of trimmings for them. Because in time, I haven't finished them, but in time I was thinking, oh my god, this trimming is going to be nice for Clara and Henry. Let me buy it. And I always was buying a piece in pink and a piece in baby blue. And now, when they were finished, I just realized that none of them I like being attached here, because when you're attaching it here, you see, there are holes or there is space which is seen, and I terribly don't like it. Even if you look here, you see, it's evident, this thing. And I terribly didn't like it. That's why I decided that I'm going to leave them like this. And then eventually an idea came to me that maybe the, I don't know how this one is called. It's for knitting chenille. It's called the fluffy, you know, like the fluffy thick thread. I thought that maybe that one would be okay, except the fact that it won't be too fluffy, you know, too thick to attach here, because the fluffiness will go into these holes and it won't be so evident. That's why I ordered pink and I ordered baby blue. If they are going to be okay, I am going to attach them and you'll see them like with that finishing. If I won't like it, I won't attach it, and they are going to stay like this. So they are going to be plain with no cording, no nothing. I like how they are stitched here. I mean, like I think that they're pretty neatly stitched, sewn, attached here. You see the fabric, so I don't think they look bad like this. That's why so far they are going to stay like this. When the thread comes, I'm going to see if that one fits. If it fits, I will make them even nicer. If not, they're going to stay here, to stay like this. But nevertheless, I am super happy that 3 years after I finished finally Clara and Henry. And yes, I can tick 3 finished, previously stitched designs for my project of finishing something every month. I will say again that I'm very, very glad that I had this idea, and so far I am sticking to it and I am finishing something. And don't think that I don't have things to finish. I still have. I looked and I still have things to finish, maybe for next year as well. So yes. And this is my spring Easter shelf I wanted to show you. So this is not everything what I have, kind of just some of the things. So this is the little house which I purchased from Hobbycraft before Christmas. So I inserted here the springy things. The butterflies, they are on magnet, and I'm thinking like sticking magnets here, and like sticking them on magnet. So here is Clara and Henry, and this is the tree. It's white. I purchased it from Hobbycraft, and I have a lot of space, by the way, to put different things. Also, from Tiki Maxx, I couldn't resist, and I bought a set of 3 porcelain eggs with vintage design on them. I think they are very nice, and this bunny as well. And that's it. The rest of them are made. So this is the pink kip from Just Nan, which I made, and I have the chicks. The Mill Hill chicks, the 6 of them I have, and I have space for a lot of other things. And here are the other things which I stitched. The half doll, it's there, and some of my things which I stitched and framed recently. So I like it. First of all, it makes me happy, you know. And one more thing I wanted to show you is the chatelaine design. I wanted to show you that I have progress on this one, because I started filling in one of the big things here. So what you see here, it's the outer frame. I call it an outer frame, where I have done 48 Jessicas. 48 Jessicas. I think I'm going to become a master in Jessicas, because these bushes, apparently these are bushes, each of them has this one and this one, they have 7 mini Jessicas. I call them mini Jessicas because they are made on 4 stitches, like they are mini, and these ones have 6. Then there are like the mini Jessicas here, and this one, the big one, inside there is a Jessica. So this one is a Jessica inside a Jessica, or Jessica within a Jessica, because here you make the tiny one and then you make the big ones. Yeah, it was nice, really nice. And then when I finished with Jessica's, I started the rice stitch here, which also is made in 3 colors of 3 color threads. And then I made like this frame, the brown one, and everything which is left here, actually I have to fill in with 1 color. I think I'm going to relax a little bit with this one. There are some beads like in the middle of each one here, and what else? Some beads I think next to this tiny Jessica's. Not a lot of beading in this one, so I think about like stitching the same color here, and then start doing the inside. And I have 4 things like this, like 4. I have like 2, 1, 2, and then it's going to be 3 and 4. And this one is the first one. Yeah, I'm going slowly. I know I'm going slowly, and I know why. Because I already have the answer. When I stitch smaller designs, I stitch them. They are ready, and I even finish them. You know, and I have this feeling of finishing. But here I am stitching, for example, 3-4 hours, and I have just 46-48 Jessicas finished. And some stitches, and this kind of disappoints me that I'm spending so much time and I'm working so much, but nevertheless the design is not ready. But I'm not going to give up. Slowly, surely, I'm going to stitch this design until I'm going to finish it, because the design is fabulous, fabulously beautiful, I would say. And in the last days of March, when I was finishing the rabbits, I mean like Peter Rabbit, Clara, Henry, you know, the inspiration of the topic of the next month's new project came to me. I thought that what if I'm going to stitch rabbits, bunnies, as many bunnies as I can. I mean like little small projects, and taking into account that Easter is also in April, this is going to be very, very nice. I thought so. So I went through my designs, and this is what I pulled out for stitching. Okay, so let's start with Nan, because it's going to be Nan. Tiny Bunny Biscornu, this little Biscornus, and this one was in my plan for stitching, because I am stitching seasonally this tiny Biscornus. So I have the autumn one, I have the Christmas one, and now I'm going to stitch this spring one, which is with bunnies. This is the embellishment pack. I'm using, by the way, this ribbon, at least so far I used to attach it to the Biscornu. Here is required just DMC threads, and that's it. And the fabric I'm going to use here is the one which is asked by the key. This is lilac, I think. This is Wickes Dye Works lilac linen, but I have Zweigart lilac linen, so I'm going to use this one. Didn't bring here the DMC threads because they are DMC threads, nothing special. And in just a lot of them, they tend to be the same colors, you know, like the same numbers of DMC. Next, I found this Heart of Spring bunny, which was a release of 2019, so not such an old design. I think I have even this slide, bunny slide, I'm not sure, I'll have to look for it. And I think this is an easy stitch, it's a small design, and I think about like finishing it in a pin cushion, you know, like not framing but in a pin cushion. And I saw that quite many stitchers finish it with the so here are pins, but stitchers used to attach beads, pink beads here. They look nice. I don't have beads so far. I mean like big and small beads, pink ones, not even pearly ones. But I am thinking about maybe so far that I ordered the chenille thread for Clara, the pink one. Maybe I'll use that one. I'll see if it's going to be okay, because I know that stitchers used to finish the pin cushions with this kind of thread, but I have none. So I would like to try at least one to see how it looks like. So I'll see how I'll finish this one. The Fabric I'm going to use here is Baby Pink 30-second count by Zweigart, because I had it in my stash, but the chart asks for Wix Dye Works blush linen. I think this one also is going to be nice. And the next design by Nan, which I'm going to stitch according to what I'm showing to you, you probably realize that it's going to be stitch from scratch, as I used to call design, which is out of print. Yes, this is going to be a roll, a needle roll. Finally, I'm going to needle roll, I think it's called. Finally, I'm going to stitch and finish a roll by Nan, because I haven't had done any so far. And honestly, I was surprised that she has just 6. In case she has more, and I didn't know about this, tell me. So this one is Lady Scarlet's Journey. And this was released in 2012. I'll try to insert a photo. If it's not quality photo, I'm sorry. It means that I didn't find a better one. It was released as an exclusive for Silver Needle shop. And honestly, me personally, I haven't seen this one being sold. I mean, like, okay, I'm not living on eBay to see everything which is posted there, but whenever I was looking in the Just Nan department, I have never seen this one for sale. So I don't know how much it would cost if you would buy it. Okay, but the good news is that if you have the chart, you can recreate, or how do I say, you can do it by yourself with the materials you can find, because this one is easy to do. The fabric, which is asked by the key, it's Zweigart Limestone Belfast linen, 30-second count. That one apparently is out of print. You can find it in some shops, because a lot of shops have leftover of the out of print fabric. I didn't find it locally, that's why I decided not to spend money on delivery and shipping and okay. And in my stash, I found such a Belfast, so its color code is 647, and I like the color, how it looks like. It kind of greenish, I don't know how to call it, but it's nice. So I'll use this color as a back, because you need the felted wool. I purchased from 123 Stitch. It's felted wool from Wix Dye Works. The color is cream. It seems to me visually, I determined in the original one that also it's cream color. I'm not sure. I think so. For the embellishment pack is pretty simple here. So you need the 2mm white pearl beads, which I already have. And you need a ladybug bead, this one, which I also purchased like for this design. Then it requires DMC threads and one Gentle Art thread called Tea Rose, which I also have. And you need the snap fastener. I have a set from Hemline. I'll use probably the smallest ones. And DMC threads, which are not here because DMC threads are DMC threads. So I'm going to try to do such a roll. And this one is going to be my first roll. Because I was speaking about rolls. Apparently, Nan has this Lady Scarlet scissor roll. Then it's the peacock roll. And then the 4 rolls, which are seasonal rolls. With the last one, which was released not a long time ago. But they were limited edition, so now they are hard to find. So if there is another roll, please tell me in the comments, because I don't say that I know everything. Okay, what else? I'm going to stitch such a small design, exceptional design by Mill Hill from the Spring Bouquet collection, such a Easter bunny with an Easter egg. These ones are usually stitched quickly as an embellishment. Here, this one has such a flower. And this is not everything, because I have 2 more designs by Shepherd's Bush, also Easter ones. Yes, I'm going to stitch the Easter roll. So this one has bunnies. This one has here basket and beautiful beads, pink linen with threads. Nice, really, really nice. And This one is a bag. It's an Easter treat bag. I have 3 bags like this. I have Christmas bag, Easter bag, and Halloween bag, if I'm not wrong. So there are 2 more. There is a heart bag and a winter one with a snowman. So I was thinking buying or not buying the other 2, because these 3 are my favorite but I thought that why not finishing at least one of them to see their size, to see how they look like as a decoration of spring and Easter, and then decide to buy the other 2 or not. And this one is exceptional. It has such a nice linen. It's yellowish. It's not yellow, but it's yellowish. And this, I understand that this is a cheap ribbon, but its colors just make me nice. And I don't know if in the stitched part there is a bunny, but I know for sure that there is a charm bunny. Here, there is a charm bunny. And yes, this would be all the designs which I would like to stitch in April as spring Easter designs. I am not sure how many of them I'm going to manage to stitch, because there is the Easter holiday, and child has holidays, and the husband has holiday, and of course I won't stay home stitching. We are going to spend this time. And after Easter, after holidays, it's my son's birthday, and we are going to have a birthday party. And yeah, I'll see. Generally speaking, they are designs which I usually stitch quickly and finish quickly, because nothing except this bag, nothing is new for me. Everything else I stitched previously. But I will see. Anyway, these are my plans. We'll see how much I will manage to fill in with how many of these plans are going to become reality. Let's say so. And of course, about this you'll find out in one of my next videos. But until then, bye bye.